All right, welcome. We are going to do a super focused review session to help you absolutely crush your upcoming exam. We're going to take some key concepts from a general ed test and, turn that confusion into some serious confidence.
So, if you're looking at your study guide and just feeling that wave of panic wash over you, yeah, you are definitely not alone. I mean, these exams cover a massive range of topics, and the questions can feel like they're coming completely out of left field.
I mean, seriously, 1 minute you're deep in a percentage problem, and the next you get hit with something like this. It feels totally random, right? But listen, here's the secret. The key isn't to know everything. No way. It's about having a solid strategy, a method, to tackle any question that they throw at you.
Okay, so let's dive right in by tackling the math section first. Now, our mission here, it's not to memorize a bunch of answers. It's to master the method for solving the types of problems you're pretty much guaranteed to see. Let's start building that toolbox.
Here we go, a classic percentage problem. You are almost certain to see one just like this. And I know those numbers look huge and kind of intimidating, but I promise you, the process to solve this thing is incredibly straightforward.
So forget the big numbers for just a second and look at the process. This is our blueprint. Step 1. Just figure out which number is the part and which is the whole. Step 2. You divide the part by the whole. And step 3. You multiply that by 100. That's it. Simple, repeatable, and honestly, pretty powerful.
And boom, there we have it. Just by following that process, we get to the correct answer. See? It's not about being some kind of math genius. It's just about trusting the method. It works every single time.
Okay, let's do another one just to really hammer this home. The question's phrased a little differently this time. 35 is what percent of 560? So the numbers are smaller, the words are different, but is the problem really that different? Let's try our method.
We use the exact same 3-step blueprint. The part is 35, the whole is 560. We divide, then we multiply by 100. Are you seeing that pattern? That pattern is your key. And there's our answer. So here's the crucial point. Once you understand the method, the actual numbers in the problem, they almost don't matter. You have the tool to solve it, no matter what they put in front of you.
Okay, let's take that same step-by-step thinking and apply it to a common algebra problem. When you see those parentheses with a minus sign right in front, your brain should immediately go, okay, first step, I got to deal with that.
The process here is just as critical. First, you distribute that negative sign, which just flips the signs of everything inside the parentheses. Then, you just organize your stuff. Put your x terms together and your y terms together, and finally, you combine them. It's just a clean, logical progression.
And by following those steps, nice and easy, we land on the simplified answer, 7x plus 4y. Once again, it's the method that gives us the power to cut right through the noise and get to the solution.
All right, take a deep breath. We're jumping out of math and into the world of biology. But that core strategy, mastering the method, that's not just for numbers. Here, the method is all about locking down the key definitions and understanding exactly how they connect to each other. Let's see how it works.
So you are almost certainly going to see the word taxonomy. It sounds super complex, but don't let it throw you off. It's simply the system scientists use to name and group all living things. Just think of it like a giant, super organized library for all of life.
The exam specifically might ask about the number of levels in this whole hierarchy. And there are 8. Here they are, right here, starting from the biggest, most general bucket, domain, all the way down to the most specific one, species.
Another topic that's pretty much guaranteed to show up is genetics. This is the science of heredity, which is really just a fancy way of talking about how traits, like your eye color, get passed down from one generation to the next.
And here's a great test-taking tip. Always try to connect the big ideas to the key people. When you see genetics, your brain should just light up with the name Gregor Mendel. The test absolutely loves to connect him directly to the whole idea of heredity.
Now, exams love to test if you know the difference between terms that sound kind of similar. So let's nail this one down. Pollination is just the transfer of pollen. Think of it as the delivery service. Fertilization is the actual union of the cells that happens after that delivery. So one is the journey, the other is the destination.
And here's another one, symbiotic relationships. In commensalism, one side gets a benefit, and the other is totally unaffected. It doesn't even notice. But in parasitism, one benefits by actively harming the other. Nailing down that one key difference, unaffected versus harmed, that is how you get the point every time.
So, what's the big picture here, right? Looking back at both the math and the biology.
Let's bring this all home with one final, really powerful takeaway that you can use for your entire exam.
This, right here, this is the absolute key. This is the difference between just hoping you've seen the question before and knowing you can solve any question they give you. You got to focus on the how and the why, not just the what.
You know, this whole approach, it empowers you to stop just memorizing and to start truly understanding. You become an active problem solver. So think about the next topic on your list. How can you apply this strategy and master its method? You absolutely have this. Good luck.